Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Cherri Gregg, and this is Real Talk with Cherri. Just checking to make sure the live and everything is working. I wanted to say welcome to everybody. It is, Tuesday. Real Talk with Cherri airs live here on Facebook and now YouTube every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm getting some feedback here, not sure why, but hopefully I fixed it. If you guys can just let me know if you can hear me, if everything works, that would be really great. Okay, I'm not sure why, but we're getting some feedback, and I might have to get rid of these earbuds because they're causing a little bit of a problem. So let me just. All right, I'm gonna get rid of those and just go with the regular mic and see if I can get this to work. Can you guys hear me? You can hear me perfectly. Good. So we're gonna just do it this way and keep it moving. That's what I'm trying to do, and hopefully I can hear Mont Brown. I'm really excited for our guest today. I met Mont Brown like several years ago. He is from Philly, born and raised, and broke into music over a decade ago. I know he's probably gonna be like, oh my God, because he's still very young. He had a killer song, went on tour with Meek Mill. He has been mentored by the one and only Kenny Gamble, is an artist, humanitarian, and now he's working with Columbia Records, y'all. He's doing his thing. And so I can't wait to bring him in live. And so I just wanted to give you guys a chance to kind of get in here and see how you doing. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully everybody is well and you having a good week or whatever. Please tag a friend and share this video. I want to take a moment and just give a moment of silence for George Floyd, the man who was killed by Minneapolis police. I saw the video today, and it was very startling to see a police officer put his neck on his knee on the neck of a man until he was lifeless. That was very startling to me, and so I want to take a moment to recognize his life and to say his name, George Floyd. We have to say the names of people of color who are killed in this way, in this very unjust way. And again, there is smoking gun video in this situation. And so hopefully there will be justice. And so I'm glad everybody can hear me. Thank you guys for tuning in. What's up to Cameo, Michael, Carl, Kemet? Thank you guys for being here. Please tag a friend and share this video. And so I want to go ahead and bring Mont Brown in. And this is a new platform. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this new platform. And I want to bring Mont in. How you doing, Mont?
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here and being a part of this new platform. It's called Real Talk with Cherri. Mont, first of all, how is LA treating you?
Oh man, it's wonderful. I love LA. The palm trees, fresh air, everything good.
Yeah. And how long ago did you move out there? Because you said it was just a couple months.
Yeah, I moved on my birthday, January 22nd. I just packed up and came out here.
And then what happened? I mean, because you obviously are now living the dream.
Yeah. I've been coming to LA since 09, 2010, and I just fell in love with the environment, the people, just the motivation that you get and the vibe and energy that you get when you come out here. It was like second to none. So I always told myself, like, when I get, in position, I would move to LA.
Yeah. And how has it been out there? And do me a favor, turn your phone horizontal now.
Okay.
It'll switch for you. There you go. Yeah, they can see your full face. And so, what has it been like out there in LA dealing with COVID-19?
So the it been crazy. Well, it been crazy, but the thing is, I got plantar fasciitis from my arch in my foot. So it's like when your the tendons in your arch get real swollen.
Hmm.
So 2 months, January, so February, I messed my foot up. So I already was quarantining. I was in the house already. So
Yeah.
it didn't even matter to me. Like it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna be in the house for some extra more months. So it's been cool for me. I mean, I got my job in a pandemic, so I mean, it's a blessing.
It is a blessing. And so you are currently, and we'll talk about your story because y'all, I'm telling y'all, his story is amazing. But you got a job working in A&R at Columbia Records. For people who don't understand what A&R people do, explain.
So A&R is an artist representative. We go out and find that hot young talent that's out there that ain't been tapped into and, put it on a bigger stage.
Yeah. And I remember interviewing you, y'all. Mont was a 2017 KYW News Radio Game Changer in Black History Month. And I read the interview we did earlier today. And one of the things you said, you always viewed yourself as building like a record label, building a stable of artists
Mm-hmm.
who are national, like a Puff Daddy, like all these people that you've always admired, and now you're in a position to do that.
Yeah, it's a blessing because everything I really dreamt about and thought of when I was younger, like, is really here now. Like, I always told myself I'm a living Calabasas. I'm 10 minutes away from Calabasas. I didn't got multiple artist record deals in Philadelphia. So, it's like, now it's time to like spread my wings and fly and grow.
Yeah. And so this all happened. You moved out this year, and within 2 months, you had your job at Columbia Records.
Yeah, but yes, that's exactly how it happened. But I do look at it like before this, it was 10, 12 years of nothing but hard work and dedication. So all that led up to this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, first of all, let's take a back up because and somebody, please, y'all, tag a friend, share this video because there's a lot of young people who are looking up to you and had these
Hmm.
dreams. Like you had these dreams at 66 in Chester, right? Saying that, you know what, I'm going to do these things, I'm going to make this happen. And fast forward, you know, all the years that you just said, and now it's
Right.
happening. So take us back to when the seed first got planted and you said to yourself, you know what, like I'm gonna be creating stables of artists, and now you were on the precipice of making that happen.
Yeah, it started way back then when I first seen Aerosmith and Run DMC, L Cool J, the Beastie Boys. Like when I first seen all that stuff, and Puff, Biggie, Maze, Jay Z. I was just like, man, I gotta be a part of this. I don't even know what it is, but I gotta be a part of this. And then it was just like school for me, like just studying the game, not just like rapping, but studying the business of it. How do you make money from it? What's a manager? What's a publisher? Like, so I was a little kid, maybe like 6 years old. I just was infatuated with it, and I knew like that's what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah. And it wasn't without struggle though. I mean, I mean, raised by your grandparents,
Right.
had your daughter. How's your daughter doing?
So I got a son. This is my son,
Mhm.
and yeah, the young lady, and that's the crazy thing. The young lady that I was taking care of,
I thought that was
helping.
your daughter. Okay, that
Everybody did though, and that's fine. But that's just me being a humanitarian, helping out, stepping up to the plate. Um, but she's cool though. She's still doing her music. Yeah, she's cool.
yeah. And so you had a big hit, you
Hmm.
were on your grind, just kind of honing your skills. Um, do you think it was like, tell us about the big hit that kind of like put you on this path to where you are today?
I came to LA, and I was talking to my cousin. He was like, "Yo, when you go back to Philly, do something different." So I was like, all right. So I got back to Philly, got in the studio, and I was just playing around with some words. It was called Super Crazy Dumb Stupid. I was just playing around, me and my homie, and next thing you know, it's all over the radio. And it was just crazy because it was like we wasn't even taking it serious. Well, we wasn't taking the song serious. We was just playing around. And next thing you know, I'm on tour with Meek. We traveling everywhere, and I got to see the world. So it's like, man, it's just crazy, you know. And I always tell everybody you should travel because when you travel, your mind open up. You see different things, and I'm glad I made that trip because my mind definitely opened up.
Yeah. And then you came back to Philly and decided you wanted to be a humanitarian.
It was always in me because my grandma would always give back. I just felt like traveling the world, I got to see like less fortunate and like, wow, like we really fortunate to have a lot of things. So I was like, you know what, man, there's a lot of people who can't pay to get in concerts. So how about you bring some canned goods and you could get into my concert? And then I came up with the concept. I'm gonna call it the kickback. You coming to my event, you're enjoying yourself, you kicking back, but you also kicking back into your community. So it was just like a perfect storm for me.
Yeah, and I mean the images of you having where you grow up. First of all, your concerts were on the blocks where you grew up.
Yeah, yeah. Because it never been done, so it's just about uh bringing stuff to the community that they never seen or they didn't think was possible. And like that's my whole thing on life. You know, you see me tattoos on my head, tattoos everywhere. Like I don't define the things I can do, and you know the where I can take my skill set. And so for me, I'm always looking to upset standards. So I I thrive off that, just upsetting the standards and not looking like the next person. And you know, or they might say you can't do that, you can't get in that room. Well, I did it. I'm doing it. You know, and I love taking that back to my community so they could see it.
Yeah. And shout out to Mr., to Mike, to Will, to Stephanie, to Dwayne, to AP. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please tag a friend and share this video. And so you basically did all that. People loved you. I mean, kids gravitated towards you, young people. And at this time, when you were doing those kickback festivals and concerts, how old were you then?
Uh, I probably like 21. I was young.
Yeah.
I was young. Yeah, like 21.
Yeah.
I was super young.
I mean, and you now think back, that seems like does it seem like that was a long time ago?
No, that's no. It seemed like I just did it. Like I don't. Yeah, it just seemed like all this stuff. I just did this, and as I look up, it's like, yo, it's been like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a hard work, a lot of hard work. You've seen me in my process, so you know you've seen me.
Yeah. And so you've been working with artists. So tell me how you choose. How do you know what's going to be hot?
It just got to be that thing. I don't even know what the thing is. It just got to be. I just got to feel it. I got to see it, and then I got to see what the artist at mentally. Um, you know, because we come from poverty, and mental health is a real situation. So I like to get how your mom, how your father, you got brothers and sisters. So I get into all that, and once I feel like all the goals is met, it's like, yeah, let's go. Because the music is like the easy thing to do. It's about everything else. Can you be a role model to the younger generation that's coming up under you? So it's like all those little qualities that I look for outside of the talent.
Yeah. And so when you think about the music industry, there's so many, like, I will tell you this, I'm from the DMV, and every corner you go to, there's probably a half a dozen guys that want to do what you do, to want to be on stages, to want to perform and think that they're going to become some big superstar. I mean, how can you tell? I mean, this is like the dream of so many people
Mhm.
in our community specifically.
Yeah. It's simple. The streets will let you know. It's simple. It's not even like a rocket science. Uh,
I think you went out for a second. And I can't hear your audio. Say that again.
The streets will always let you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, they'll let you know if it's hot or not.
And then, but if it's hot and their mind not right, is that
We
the part
gotta we
you
gotta
deal
figure
with?
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. It's a problem. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. And so, what's one of your favorite artists that you feel like you brought in to the game? You know, the streets told you, and you said, you know what? I think this person is going to be something.
There's a kid named Sim Santana. He signed to Columbia. I got him signed to Columbia. Me and my partner Kaya. He signed now. Kid from West Philly. You know, his dream was to be a big rapper, and now he's a big rapper. He's a big deal. So it make me happy to see these kids come from nothing, and now they living their dreams out, buying their mother houses and stuff like that. Man, it's amazing.
Yeah. What's the transition like for a kid like that?
Uh, it's rough. It could be a rough one. It could be a rough one because they're not used to having a lot.
Hmm.
So it could be a rough one.
Yeah, because you hear about people they get it, they finally get it, and then they end up getting killed. Something happens, or they end up getting in some kind of trouble. And there's a book that I read called The Upper Limit Problem, right? And the book talks about sometimes you get your dream, but because you're not used to having so much good happen, that sometimes like you can how do you mentally work with people so that they don't have that?
It's about keeping good people around them and letting them know like you're not in that same space that you was in a month ago, 2 months ago, and if you want a future in this game, you got to change in order to get things you never had. You got to be willing to change some things about yourself, and that might mean leaving your environment or leaving some people behind. It's nothing personal. It's just that you got to take these steps. Elevation creates separation. So sometimes you need a little bit of separation.
Yeah. And I gotta say you overcame a lot. And
Yeah,
did you have to do that?
yeah, yeah. Still doing it to this day.
Hmm.
You got to. I mean, that's like it's like I got the Kobe Bryant mentality. Like you gotta. I'm not trying to be the best. I'm trying to be one of the greatest. So yeah, still do it to this day if I got to.
Yeah. Do you miss Philly?
Yeah, I love Philly, but at the end of the day, it's time to grow. It's time to. It's like playing high school basketball, and that's fine. But it's like I'm trying to play college basketball. And that's how I feel. I did a lot in Philly, but now it's time for me to spread my wings and be out here with the big boys and show the world I can stand with them.
Yeah. And so what made you say, I mean, you took that leap of faith, you moved to LA and just did it. What made you jump off the cliff?
Because I feel like if I didn't do it now, like when would have I would have took that move or made that decision? I see a lot of people 40 plus, and man, I wish I should have did. Or you hear a lot of older people say, live your life, whatever you want to do, just go do it now while you got the chance. So I just jumped, man. I didn't did so much for Philadelphia. It's like, why not? And everybody support me in Philly, so it was like an easy thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now you're doing A&R. What did your mom think? Because I remember at the awards, by the way, your mom was there to see you be named a game changer. Um,
Yeah,
and she was so proud of you. And that was actually one of the first times she got to witness you um, ex- getting something
yeah,
of that magnitude um, because of her separation from you growing up.
yeah. My mom, she's one like my biggest fan, and she made some decisions in her life, and she missed a lot of my life. But I just try to, we from Southwest, man. We from poverty. I just try to be that motivation for everybody. Like just because we come from this, don't mean we gotta be that. And I understand. I understood that since a child. So I just try to make my mom happy, and I know they lived through me. So I just keep going hard just to make them happy.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what's up with your clothing line? Because you had created this clothing line and we have been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
Tell people about that.
Um, yeah, be a humanitarian. And it's crazy because my main slogan is humanitarian is one in Calabasas. Go figure. I live right down the street from Calabasas now. So it's like it's just all coming together. I ran into one of the Kardashians. They like, yo, I seen the clothes. I want some. So it's just crazy how life go and how life work. And the clothing line, I had to put it on pause until I got my situation. So now, give me like a month or two, I'll be back up and running.
Nothing ain't stopping. And so how is COVID-19 impacting the music industry? Because right now it seems like a lot of concerts have been canceled. How are you finding artists and what are you doing right now to kind of keep the flow? And because you're the new guy, so you
Yeah.
gotta produce.
I mean, you could go anywhere. I just found this kid. He was just in my DM, and I looked at his stuff. I'm like, oh, this kid pretty good. So, I mean, so in some aspects, it's hurting. Like you said, touring. So artists can't make no money like that, but they make money from streaming. So the industry, I just read something. The industry is doing great on that side of things. It's just about touring. You know, that's affecting a lot of people, from managers, tour managers, um, DJs, you know, the sound guys. It's hurting their career and artists. So I, you know, I hope this thing hurry up and be over so these artists could get back on the road.
And so what's it like being working for like a major record company?
I love it. I love Columbia Records. Um, it's like it's a big family, and I can speak. I don't know about other record labels, but I know about Columbia Records. We're like one big family. You know, we all support each other. We on the phone weekly. Um, it's great. It's my dream job. It don't, you know, it's just crazy waking up like this is I'm really going to my dream job. Like it's crazy. And this is the same label that Nas was signed to at one point, and Beyonce is signed to, and Adele was signed to, and Pharrell, and Diplo, and Little Nas X. The list go on and on.
Yeah. And so what's your vision for you, Mont?
My my vision is to find the diamonds and the diamonds in the dirt that people look over, or I like to find those kind of artists. Oh, he's weird, she's weird. I don't see it as weird. I see it as special, and I want to bring all that out of that artist to put them on the big stage. That's my thing. I want to give people a chance that probably never thought they had the chance.
hmm Do you feel like you're one of those guys that maybe people would have overlooked you at one point?
Um, Probably, but I never experienced people looking over me, or like people looking at me a certain way. Like I never witnessed it. Probably so, but anything I ever wanted to do in my life, I did it. So I can't say I didn't get a job or something because of my tattoos or where I'm from, or I never I never been in that situation.
hmm Yeah. But you understand somehow what they're going through.
Yeah, if somebody was to choose not to deal with me because of my tattoos or something, that says a lot. That says a lot about you, who you are.
hmm
So it won't affect me. Or I don't care.
Yeah. And so let's talk about these tattoos because you got a
Yeah.
lot of them.
hmm
How many you got?
I lost count. I don't know. I've been lost count.
Is it like dozens or you?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I gotta get more, but it's a lot. I need some more.
Yeah. Does it tell a story?
Yeah, it all tell a story. It all tell a story. Like everything. Like my grandma, my whole head like tell my childhood like life story. My whole head. So yeah, it's all a story.
And so why did you choose to put your story on your body in this way?
Like it was already written. You know, like God already had this vision for me. So like I don't even think about stuff like that. Like it was already meant to happen. Like
Mhm.
me and you on this call right now because it was meant to happen. We didn't plan this last week. It's just,
We didn't. We
so I don't look at stuff too deep. It's just like I got them. I was supposed to have them. I'm supposed to be at A&R. You supposed to be doing exactly what you're doing. So I don't know. It's just I just go off the feeling of how I feel.
How did you develop this? And I will tell you this because we about to get deep for a second, Mont, because when people talk about manifestations and they talk about going with the flow, most people mess it all up because they think too much.
Yeah, when you normally when you overthink, you mess everything up. I don't live my life like that. Everything in life was already supposed to happen. So why why would I get bent out of shape over something that was already supposed to be happening to me or it was supposed to be done to me? Like that's my struggle. Like everybody got their own path, and I ain't complaining because if God gonna put this pain on me, I know He gonna put some love on me too. So I'm cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that's the thing about if we understand that as people, it'd be a better place.
Yeah, yeah. So how are you handling all of this stuff that's happening? Do you pay attention to it, or are you in your own space?
Nah, yeah, I mean, of course I pay attention to it, but it's nothing new. It's been happening for years. So, um, I mean, I think the only thing we can do is just try to come to come together. And for me, honestly, it's just about reaching back down to the younger generation, letting them know, like, yo, that ain't cool to do that. You should go about it this way. That's my thing. What I try to do. I know I can't save the world. I only could do my part. That's why I say, even putting that out there, be a humanitarian. That's enough because now you got kids saying that, like, oh, that's the guy with the be a humanitarian clothing line, and like we growing up, I never even heard that word. So
Yeah. You said be a humanitarian, not a drug dealer. It was like a whole phrase. You had different phrases that
yeah,
related to being a humanitarian.
yeah, because it'd be stigma, like, because you some people would look at me. I'll probably walk in a room and they'd be like, oh, he a drug dealer or he this. Like, no, I'm a humanitarian. Like, so it's like be a humanitarian, and it's just a thing. Like, I think when people get money or they become financially set, they kind of forget about where they came from. So it's just like keeping that fresh in your mind, be a humanitarian. That's why I came up with the whole concept.
Yeah. And so, who are some of the people? Let's talk about two parts. Who are some of the people you look up to when you talk about being a humanitarian? Who do you admire? Who
um Princess Diana was a humanitarian. Angela Jolie. um there's a lot of people. Miss Dorothy from Mothers in Charge.
Dorothy
Just
Johnson Spade. Yes.
yeah, everything she stand for and do. Kenny Gamble. I mean, I love everybody who just just give back just out the kindness of their heart. And the thing is, when I had people bringing canned goods and things to my events, they not even intentionally, but they was becoming humanitarians just coming to the event, bringing canned goods. That's something they never would have done.
Yeah. I have to say, Philly is a very giving town, though. Um,
Yeah.
folk, and I guess because there's such a big need, so
Hmm.
many people will do whatever they can to give, and I've seen that happen because of this pandemic. So many people giving back, um,
Right.
and it seems like that was a part of you too. So, what about your favorite artists?
Uh, it would have to be like Jay-Z. Just this, I like Tupac and Biggie, but they, unfortunately, they wasn't here long enough. So I feel like Jay-Z did it. He did everything from A to Z. He did it, and I admire Jay Z. for for music, clothing, the reform, just everything he got going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about businessman?
Oh yeah, that's
I mean, you're basically trying to create a whole label of people eventually. I mean,
yeah.
you're working in that direction. So who would you say you're trying to model your career after?
Um, so I was personally inspired by Puff. As a guy named Dallas Martin, as a guy named Coach K, as a guy named Pharrell Williams. Like if you put them in a blender, I think I will come out of that blender because I took something from every last one of them, and Kenny Gamble. So yeah, I'm a sponge. I like to just I'm a sponge. I like to sit in a room and just listen to the OGs talk to get all that game and information.
Mhm. Who was the first person you called when you got the job at Columbia?
When I first got the job, who did I call? Might have been my cousin. It might have been my cousin. I told my cousin everything, and he knew my whole process. So I called him and told him like I got it, finally got it.
Yeah. So were you like waiting to hear the word? Like, how did that work?
They told me like you come out here in January, but we don't know when the date will be. And April Fools, they called me. I'm like April Fools though. And it was like yeah, and it wasn't no joke. It was for real.
Yeah. Yeah. And so do you go to like an office every day? Like what does your typical day look like?
Well,
'Cause you
right
up
now,
all night, man. You up all night. You was
yeah,
on at 3 a.m. like you up
yeah.
all night.
Right now, it's just a bunch of Zooms right now. But yeah, outside of when they go back, is an office every day, studio.
Hmm. Yeah. And so you've been mentored by some really amazing people.
Hmm.
Give me who poured into you?
Kenny Gamble, Miss Dorothy from Others in Charge, um, the Byers brothers, Mark and Sherman Byers, Donnie and Chase Metals, um, Dallas Martin, Bubonic from Philly's Most Wanted, uh, man, Minister Farrakhan
Yeah.
gave me game. The list go. I'm forgetting so many people, but I was fortunate enough, man, to be around some great individuals.
Yeah. And so when you talk about, because I mean, you live this life, and I just like, I'm just taking it all in because um, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't know how to manifest. Like they don't know how to speak one thing, and you spoke this.
Yeah,
It was written on things that you wore, like where you would live. Now you're living there. The
yeah,
thing that you said about yourself became who you were. You know what I'm saying? Like the job you said you was going to get years and years and years ago. Now you walked into that job. Like, how did all of those people who poured into you help you create I don't know, the mindset or the steps to even be able to do that?
I think just seeing what they have done and just knowing everything take time is about being patient. So I just seen the success like Kenny Gamble had, and I know that didn't come just overnight. He put work in. He put a lot of hard work in. Miss Dorothy didn't start, last year. She been doing this for years. So I think it's just all about just the process and embracing the same way we embrace wins in life. We gotta embrace the losses like that. And
Hmm.
that's just been my whole thing. And I honestly just thank God for giving me that mindset.
Yeah. So have you had a major loss? Because it seemed like you winning.
Of course. No, of course. I mean, of course I had major losses. Like I lost my grandmother. I didn't have my mom growing up. I think I took a lot of my L's, like my losses, like early on in life as a child. And then of course I go through my ups and downs. Um, but I feel like it everything that happened to you is up to you on how you handle it. So if something negative happened to me, I just turn it to a positive. So I can't, because I can't control nothing. They go back to what we was just talking about. Everything that's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. So I don't trip about nothing.
Yeah. Because I think about it. I mean, people still, I mean, you came from poverty. Your mom was incarcerated, but your grandfather and grandmother loved you, raised you. I mean, you had all of this stuff going on. I mean, around you, lost friends that you love, like all of
Yeah.
this stuff happened. And yet you were able to flip it to something positive. Whereas some people will hold on to that negative thing and like, but you've been able to release that.
Yeah, because that's not my path. That wasn't my journey. My journey is the journey I'm on. And if, I love all my friends, and if someone passed away, that, that's what God had for you. I, I'm on the path I'm on. My mom got locked up and did a bunch of years, but that was her path in life. I didn't do it. I can't control that situation. So I just do what I can do and just stay focused on my dreams and the things I'm trying to accomplish. And if I could help people, I'm gonna help. But God, he got some stuff for me to do.
Yeah. And where does this faith come from?
This has always been in my whole life. I honestly, my aunts, they will always be like, "You the chosen one," and my cousins, like they always say that, like, "It's you the chosen one." Like we go to church, and like older females and males that come up to my family, like God got his what they would say, his gates, his doors open for him, like he's the chosen one. And I always heard that.
Yeah. And everybody, I'm talking to Mont Brown, a Southwest Philly native son, now, turned hip hop star, humanitarian, and now he is a new member of the A&R team at Columbia Records, living in LA, building his repertoire of artists as we speak. Shout out to Chantal, to Aria, Kevin, Aunt. Aunt Brown says he loves your spirit.
All right, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, Dorisha. Hey, everybody. He says you're his guy. Please share this video. Tag a friend. Maybe some young person needs to see this.
Hope
Um,
so.
Learn the process of releasing things
Yeah.
that happen in your life, and allowing yourself to fly. Because Puff Daddy did this video when he was talking about vibing higher.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, some stuff had happened to him, but he was going to vibe higher. And that's what it's really, it seems like to me, that's what it's really about.
It is. I mean, it's that simple. Just you don't gotta interact with negativity. That's a personal decision that you're gonna make. You don't have to. If somebody do something to you, that's up to you on what to do. If somebody say something about you, you don't have to respond. I don't respond to negativity. I don't get into negativity. I just all positive over here.
Yeah. And I think that's the big, and we have a lot of people on the feed. They're starting to tag a friend, share a video. It's also on YouTube too. And I have to tell you, because that's the hardest part on mine. I think when we have people who are trying to um, hold you down, we got negative moments right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People literally lost family members to COVID-19. Like they got sick. I had the Rona. Okay. Back in early March. I survived. That's what I focus on. But it's
Right.
like a lot of people focus on that one negative thing and they can't move past it.
Right.
And you can't go get the glory. You know what I'm saying? How do you counsel people when you're working with them and they won't let something go?
And you can't control whatever. Like even with the COVID, nobody can control what's going on. So once again, like I don't live my life like that, and just like whatever's going to happen is like it's supposed to happen. So I'm like a realist. I don't know no other way to be. I can't like sugarcoat nothing. It's just I can't. Life too short to be tripping about stuff. It's so minuscule. So it's like, why I'm about to sit around and complain? I need to finish doing what I'm doing. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. It's like it's not enough time to do all the things we're trying to do. So why sit and complain?
Why sit and complain? Why sit and complain? And so what's next? I mean, you living in LA, you putting stuff together. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
is it day by day, or do you have
Yeah,
like the kind of a semi roadmap kind of built out?
it's day by day. Bunch of phone meetings. I'm running late for a meeting right now. Um, bunch of phone meetings right now until we get the office figured out.
Yeah. So how is this COVID going to change the music industry?
Um, I don't know. That's a great question. I really don't know. I know it's stopping a lot of artists from getting record deals right now because it's hard. You can't send artists on tours. I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. I can't. I don't know. All we could do is just pray for the best.
Do you think that some people are going to use this for their advantage? Like maybe catapult themselves to some form of success by innovation?
Yeah, I see. It's people out there that's doing it. Tory Lanez, he done did it. Like Drake came out with a whole new song and dance. So it's tap. It's now a lot of artists they got a lot of time to sit in a house and think about different things. So maybe I don't want artists to sit in a house, but maybe a few of them artists, this what they needed to sit in a house, sit down, and start their game plan differently.
Mm-hmm. Because you've been sat down with a hurt foot, then the
Yeah, I've
COVID.
been sat down. I've
And
been sat down.
yeah, and so what have you been using this time to do for yourself
Just
mentally?
studying music, just brushing up on a bunch of stuff that I might have known and stuff I just found out. Just studying, being a sponge.
Yeah. So if there new artists that you think are gonna that maybe you didn't cultivate, but that you're like, yo, that person is gonna go far. If you were to predict, who would you predict?
Uh, the kid he already took off. Roddy Rich. I seen Roddy Rich come up from nothing and now #1 on chart. So if there's anybody, it would have been him.
Yeah. Any women that you were fans of?
Um, I like the good girls from Philadelphia. Tierra Whack from Philadelphia. I
Mm-hmm.
hope they career, take off.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you mentoring folks now?
Yeah, yep. I got the new kid from Louisiana right now that he's gonna be a big deal. So maybe like a month or two, I come back and have a cool story about him. But he's gonna be my first artist.
That's wonderful. And so I just want to say I'm very proud of you.
I thank you, appreciate you.
Like you always been a positive spirit and just real cool and laid back. Never really play up yourself. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? People got to find out. Like we got to dig to find out.
yeah, nah,
Everybody always tells about you. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Versus you telling about yourself.
yeah. I don't move that way.
Yeah. And so I just want to say congratulations. Is there anything else you want to say? Some advice to young people in the music game? How can they reach you if they got some good stuff they trying to let you hear?
It's easy. Everybody can. I'm on all social media platforms. Just DM me. I answer to everybody. The dream is real. The dream is real. Just put your 50% in, and then gotta put his in, and then if like Jay-Z said, you crack the door a little bit and let that little luck and faith come in, man, your dream could come true. Because that's all I did.
Yeah, that's all you did. Well, I want to say congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see all the things that you're going to do. I know this is just the beginning. I even know this is like at the end of like 15, 18 years of work.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. And I want to just everybody please give Mont a fist in the comments and just, wish him luck and congratulations. Thank you so much. I'm trying to build, this is a new thing that I'm doing on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm trying to build something. So I really appreciate you blessing me with your presence tonight. And
Anytime.
yeah, and good luck. And y'all tag a friend, share the video, and we'll stay in touch, Mont.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And you have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right. So that was Mont Brown. And Mont has always been a wonderful person from Southwest Philly, sharing his life. Now he's out in LA doing his thing, just basically building a career. And so I'm just so glad that he was able to join me this evening. And so the next Real Talk with Cherri will air on Thursday at 7:30. I already have guests set up. We're going to be talking about this reopening of churches, and I have 2 guests. So we're trying something new. Please tell me, guys, what you think about this new platform that I'm using. I have my nice little logo here. We got the name at the bottom. I'm trying some new stuff. And now we're also live streaming to YouTube. So let me know what you guys think. And I want to say I appreciate you tuning in to this video. Please tag a friend, share the video. If you guys know a young person who really loves music and is really trying to break into the game, I think listening to what Mont has to say may be helpful for them. Like he said, he was doing concerts in his neighborhood with literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And he was barely 21 years old. And fast forward 10 years, and now he is an A&R at Columbia Records. So we're really proud of him. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm about to jump off. I've been busy all day doing virtual town halls and all this kind of stuff. And so just trying to build things up. And I appreciate all of your time and attention, and for tagging friends and sharing this video, and put this in any kind of Southwest Philly groups, because y'all know Mont loves his neighborhood, and they love him too. I just want them to know how he's doing. So anyway, y'all have a good night. And the next Real Talk with Cherri will be here live at 7:30 on Thursday. Y'all have a good one.